Hello. So, today we are going to do a hunt that I have been wanting to do for a while with you all. Um, if you've been watching the channel, you might know that I have been working towards a shiny living dex of all the different, I guess, discernible forms, whether that's a gender difference, etc. So, Unknown has been a very harrowing part of this journey, needless to say. I'd say over the course of 100%ing um, the Pokemon Legends Arceus, I found some unknowns um, from playing Pokemon Go and doing Go Fest and things like that. I had some extra shiny unknowns I was able to transfer to Pokemon Home. But when everything was said and done, I think I still had 13 of the 28 forms left to find. And so I was literally just resetting back at Jubilife, trying to find any outbreaks to see if I could find any shinies. And I think after 2 days, I didn't even find a single one, not even a repeat one. And needless to say, repeat ones was a fear that I knew I was going to experience. Um, so I had heard about obviously the RNG manipulation that you could do in Pokemon Legends Arceus. Um, Additionally, I heard of this thing called multi spawners. Essentially, when you are playing PLA, there are spots on the map that will spawn. Sometimes, sometimes it's consistently two of a Pokemon. Sometimes it's three of a Pokemon. Sometimes they're variable. And through taking notice of the characteristics of those Pokemon, you can basically determine the seed with which the game is going to populate the next set of Pokemon. The game, every single time the time changes in the game or the weather changes in the um, game will auto repopulate the Pokemon there. So let's say I'm in the Crimson Mirelands and I am catching a ton of Pokemon. Eventually, you'll notice you kind of ran out of Pokemon. But once I sleep at the camp and switch the time or the weather changes, they'll basically kind of repopulate. But instead of being the same Pokemon you saw before, like the same, let's say, Toxicroak with the same stats, it'll be a slightly different one. So maybe first, what I'll do if you're interested in learning is I will show you. Also, I got to put my headphones in. I'll show you a spot, some of the spots where this happens. Okay. Ooh. So if I go to the Crimson Mirelands, the spot that we are going to hunt in for unknown is the one unknown spot. Oh. Also, I need to, let's see. So, if you go to this cave after, I think, having completed the unknown mission, like you'll see, there are two spots where unknown spawn. There's this spot where currently there are two unknown. Oh, and then there's this spot where there's also two. Here, I'm going to save here because we are going to be using this spot for our hunt. But essentially, if I were to clear this spot, as in either catch or scare away either of these two unknown, or if I were to do so with this spot, and then go back to camp and sleep until a different time or a different weather and come back here without going back to Jubilife, new Pokemon will be populated in this spot. And we can basically predict which Pokemon are going to be there. And by doing so, we can then hunt for a specific Pokemon, which in the case of Unown, where there's so many different variants for the shiny, really makes your life easier. I'd say it's still something difficult to execute, but oh, hi. Wow, I hit the lottery. It's still something that's difficult to execute, but but it makes your life easier. So I have to replug in my screen. How is it going, everyone? Does anyone have Shiny Unown? Has anyone completed their Shiny Unown collection? Okay, I'm going to restart. Gotta open my Twitch app to see the chat because my chat is broken. Now, the funny thing is I made this graphic with this Unown bouncing around, and it was Unown C. Little did I know when I started this that Unown C would be the final Unown that I needed. Yes, I have played Neopets before. Do you play Neopets too? I'm wondering what the Pokemon slash Neopets crossover is because I feel like it should be high. Right? I mean, is a Pokemon just a virtual pet? What's your favorite Neopet? I'm going to be doing some Neopets art later. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do first, we're kind of doing an RNG manipulation hunt here. I need Shiny Unown C. It's the final one I need. And I am going to use these two spots. Oh, shit. Might have to redo this one. Oh, crap. Yeah, we're going to restart. We have to catch them. A Chomby. There is the famous Chomby. I got my first Chomby. Wow, thank you for the overlay hype. I invested maybe way too much time in making these. I mean, but since I did, now I got to use them. I made a Tyranian Chomby recently. What's your favorite Chomby color? Okay, take two. Okay, so we gotta for sure catch these so I can calculate the seed. So M and K. And we have to keep them, note which ones came from which patch. Okay, don't break out. Great. E, D. Erectile dysfunction. Okay. Oh no, don't go away. Yes. Okay. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, good. Wow, we got really lucky. Okay, hey, the stealthy outfit for a Chomby is one of the best ones. Honestly, the whole stealthy line of colors I think make for some of the best cross paints because ooh. Okay, so we are going to have to note which one of these is which. Okay. Those are there. And the weather right now is cloudy. I have a little worksheet. It is cloudy. M and K and E and D. Oop. Okay. Yeah, the thing is, since I did Tyranian for my Chombi, I can't put any clothing on it. Because anytime I put anything on it, it's like like if I were to put body paint, for example, it does it in the outline of what a normal Chombi looks like, right? So since the Tyranian has like extra spikes and stuff, it just looks weird. But one day maybe I'll change the color. Okay, so I need to sleep until a different weather. Also, what's the time of day? It's day. It's morning. So we're going to stay on morning and we're going to sleep until. Hey, Toodles. Yeah, I'll do more Neopets in the future. So, stay tuned for that. Okay, so now it's rainy. Rainy. We're going to go back to the spot and we're going to see that there are different unknown there. I mean, what if the shiny was right there? Okay, we've got, L, U, N. Oh, hey, that is the one we need. NCI. Okay. So we got 3, L, N, U, 3, C, I, N. Cool. So now that we saw that they spawned back, we're going to go back to camp. And we are going to save. And we're going to go back to Jubilife. And basically trade with like a bot that's going to tell us the seed. There's a way to do it manually, but we're not in the condition to do math right now. Return to the village. Cool. Okay. I want to trade someone far away. Okay, now let me see. I have to go chat a bot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 1. Oh god, opening Discord kills my computer. Eight 1 9 0. We gotta wait a second. Okay. M and K. Quit. So now that the bot has seen the stats of those unknown, it is calculating the seed, and we're just going to get prepared to send the other 2 unknown. And the reason we're using both patches is because we don't know which patch has the chance of getting the unknown that we want specifically first. And obviously we want to take the shortest path because we're lazy. 8194. Okay. Fuck. Okay. Okay. Whew, I almost showed them the wrong one. Okay. Because if I confound the unknowns, it'll calculate the wrong relationship. What words I just used? Okay, so now while it's calculating that seed, I was given basically this number, which is the seed that dictates the game is going to use with which to quote unquote randomly populate the next unknown. So here, I'm going to show you blah blah. Oh crap. You see though, right? That window's too big. I got a number. It's like every time I drag it. Okay, there we go. Well, doesn't look pretty. So I got this long number. It's, I guess, called a decimal. I put it in, convert. Now I have a hex number. And with this hex number, I can use it in a program to calculate the paths for the shiny that we want. And I am going to record this number in this spreadsheet that I am using to track this hunt. I know it looks very small for you, so let me see if I can zoom out. Oh, okay. So the green patch is going to be one of those unknown patches, and the blue columns are recording what's happening in the other unknown patch. And so I had this decimal seed right here, and we just calculated the hex seed that I'm going to record. And when we get the other seed, which it just gave us, I'm going to put those there and close Discord. So that was the number it output. I'm going to input this number here and copy it, put it right here. And great. So that was kind of the setting up part of the hunt. We have our seeds for our two patches. Now we are going to close without saving. And our last save was back at base camp in the Crimson Mirelands on the rainy day, which is indicated by line 2 on this sheet. And what we are going to do is try to progress the weather and count how many unknowns appear every time the weather changes. So we knew that on the second, I guess we might call it the first advancement, second total visit to the unknown patch, that after catching our initial 2 and 2 unknown, 4 total, that there was a set of 3 and another set of 3. We're going to go and clear those unknown, go back to camp, sleep, change the weather, record the weather, and see how many unknowns appear. And after getting maybe a set of 10, we're going to input this pattern that we noticed, as well as the hex seed, into a program that's going to output if there's any potential shiny paths for the specific form of unknown that we are looking for. I hope that was understandable. Doing this, explaining this, was harder than I anticipated. So now we're going to shut that down and do the fun part, which is looking at unknowns. And I think I hear a cat visitor. We might have a feline visitor. if you guys like that. Okay, so it is rainy. We know when we go there that we're going to see 3 unknown, and we know the unknown that we saw earlier. And we are going to clear them. You can clear them either by catching them or by scaring them. And once we know enough about the pattern and how they progress, we're going to shut down again and try to recreate the path that we have to find the shiny. So we're never saving during this step of the process. 1, 2. So I can use like really nice, like the jet balls, the most expensive ones. Because, where'd you go? Whoa. Come here, yeah. You don't have to be shy. Okay, come from this side. Anyone just endlessly pat their lap for their cat? Come here. Yeah. Yes, kitty, kitty. We see tail, right? This is the orange cat. Ginger. The moment I pick him up, though, he's going to hate his life. Say hi. Say hi. Yes. Purr. Purr. I hope you guys are getting some ASMR purr content. Dexter's favorite things in life are me, step 1. Step 2, breath. He loves breath, especially if the breath had eaten food in the past year. He loves to smell breath. It's like he's like a connoisseur of scents of food. He finds it fascinating. Okay. Sleep until morning. We're gonna stay with morning. Okay, I think it's cloudy weather. So now these unknowns will have shifted. What is this plugging and unplugging sound I'm hearing? Okay, so now there is 3 of them. It doesn't matter about what they are because as we progress through this hunt, they will change. That is what we are doing and manipulating. Okay, 1, 2, 3. One, 2. So it's 3 and 2. So much easier when they just run away. Okay, thank you. Don't come back. So we're going to go back to camp, change the weather. I'm going to record that in this spreadsheet. And you don't have to see that because that is boring. Okay, recorded. Wow, paternal variable VKPP. I didn't know that. Okay, foggy weather. This is very rare weather. I'm surprised we got to see it. Okay. Wow, the ride Pokemon in this game are just so awesome. Okay, we have 3 unknown. Question mark, L, and X. My favorite, X. Okay, so that was a patch of 3. And this is a patch of 2. 3 and 2, foggy weather. Oh, yeah, go. Go now. So I am recording that. 3, 2, until morning. I hope I don't inadvertently save. Okay, rainy weather. We have been getting really lucky with the weather changing each time we've slept. We also got really lucky with there being 2 and 2 at the beginning. The number of times I've had to reset to get that type of initial setup. Okay, so I'm seeing an L. Okay, so this time it's 2 and 3. 2 and 3, rainy. Okay, those both got cleared. Wow. Horrible. Okay, I recorded that. We are going to just double check that we cleared. We have to clear them. If we don't clear them and the weather changes, it will stay in addition to any new ones and it'll throw our count off, which will then throw the simulated paths that we will produce, and we will, in all likelihood, not find the shiny. Okay, I think this is what clear weather. We have, that's the most common weather here, and this is the first time we are experiencing it. Dexter's just purring on my lap. It's so cute. The real life Pokemon Neopet. Okay. W and F, but no T. Oh, and an alpha. Wow. An alpha exclamation mark. So it's a 2 and a 3. Oh god. Alpha Unowns are pretty vicious. Okay. I think when you do unknown outbreaks and they have the second wave and they're all alphas, it's just an unknown. It's also just like every other alpha, but maybe the fact that you're trapped in that room makes it horrible and you don't want to scare the other ones. Cloudy. So cloudy, even though it kind of looks the same as clear, it is a different weather. So the spawns have now repopulated. Okay, Dexter, you gotta go there. Cats always changing their minds. Okay, we've got 3 and 2. I was gonna say that one was straightforward until that one decided to be uncooperative. Okay, cool. Vanish. 3 and 2. Be gone. None of them are left. Okay. Would I like to rest? Yes. Rainy. Okay. Although maybe this is a thunderstorm. Yeah, this is thunder. Okay. 2 and 2. Oh, I missed that one. Dan. Okay, 2 and 2. Okay. None of them are left. Trembling in the corners. No. Okay. Till morning. Okay, so what weather shall it be next? Okay, it went from thunder to rain. So this should have different weather. You got to be careful. Thunder and rain look similar, but are in fact different. So that's 3 and 3, okay? Three and 3. And that E. What are you doing? I'm surprised that in the Pokemon anime universe, they love to do these episodes where there's like a movie being filmed or a TV show, especially in Alola. I think that happened a lot. In Kalos, they had kind of like this movie thing in the game. But I kind of wonder why they haven't done like a play on Sesame Street, but with unknowns. That'd be kind of funny, like a parody. Okay, Foggy. We have done 8 advancements, and there have been a lot of unknowns showing up. So if you get a lot of 3, the maximum to show up, there are a lot of paths, and therefore potential to find the path that you are looking for, which, to find this specific unknown. If we were open to any unknown, we could probably have stopped maybe 5 rounds ago, but oh crap. You know what? I think while I was talking, I wasn't paying attention. One of them was definitely 3. I'm watching the stream just to count them. Okay, 3. Was it 3 and 3? Yes. Oh, thank the Lord. Imagine I was doing this on my own. 3 and 3. Oh, okay. Bye-bye now. But since we're searching for not only a shiny, which is rare, but a shiny of just one particular letter, we need to do a few advancements to maximize the potential paths possible. So we've done 9 advancements. I think I'm going to stop at 13. Because the last hunt I did, this is what, clear weather, when I had 3 unknown left, it took around 12 advancements to create enough options. So this is 2 and 2. Oops. Just wasting balls. 2 and 2 clear. Clear. 2. 2. I think this is clear. Yeah, I gotta sleep again. Dexter taking a nap behind me. Cat hair on this mic. Sorry if that sounds horrible. Cloudy. Okay, good. Finally. Yeah, we've been lucky that we haven't had to do that too many times. Has anybody been having allergies lately? Where I am, it suddenly became 80 degrees for the weekend, and all the trees are doing their business. Three and two. 3 and 2. If you think that I'm saying these numbers out loud for you all, I am, but I'm mostly doing so for myself. Three and 2. And there's none left. Okay. I think it's going to be rainy. Yep. You can hear the rain a little bit before you like wake up, I've noticed. So we've done 11 runs. This will be the 12th one. And we've had a lot with 3 appearing, which is a good sign. 3 and 2. Okay, that one. Damn. Three and 2, rainy day. Let's do one more time. Okay. Thunder, okay. Okay. 3 and 3. Good one to end on. Three and 3. Okay, there are none left. So now I'm going to record that. Thunder. Cool. So we have our data. We know the data that we've mostly been paying attention to in the case of the unknown. We're hunting unknown. Unknown will spawn in any weather at all times of day. And so what was important was that the weather changed so we could see how many new spawns are going to appear on the map. Um, since unknown will appear at in all weather and at any time of the day, us replicating the exact pattern of weather changes that we went through does not matter. But if I was hunting for a Pokemon that only spawns at a specific time of day, like maybe Chimchar, I think in the wild Chimchar only spawns at night, I'm going to have to also pay attention to when I'm switching from day to night as I'm influencing the spawns. So it is a bit easier with a Pokemon like Unknown, thankfully. Um, but we are now going to go into this PLA Seed Finder software, which, if you are interested in doing a hunt like this and to complete your unknown collection, you can go to the Shiny Hunters Anonymous page, and they have a whole guide on how to do this and download this. And I have a MacBook and I was still able to download it. They have like a Mac version of the program. It wasn't too difficult. So, hey, that's a resource. But in this program, you can find spots on the map. And like, let me see if I can zoom this out. I already have the unknown selected. So this green and black patch, for example, those are multi-spawners for the unknown. But if you move around the map, there are ideal locations indicated. Like these red ones, I believe, are for Combi. So I think a lot of people have trouble finding like a female Combi if they need a shiny collection or an alpha collection or a shalfa collection. You can use these kind of predefined spots to do the same type of hunt that I'm doing with just different Pokemon. And again, this is the Crimson Mirelands. There are multi-spawner spots on all of the maps in this game. So, as you can see on the left-hand side, these are, all the different forms of the Pokemon that can appear in this spot. So I had already selected Unknown, and when I do, I get this module up. And in this module, I'm going to be entering the information that we accumulated and recorded in our spreadsheet. So the first would be the hex seed. Let me see if I can paste. No. Sometimes there's a problem with pasting, and I have to paste it from the converter that I showed you earlier. So I'm going to paste. I copied it for a second. 241, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Species filter. The only unknown that we are caring about is unknown C. So I'm going to select that one. For shiny filter, I'm going to do star/square. Weather. This would be the final weather condition that we all tracked. In the case of unknown, it does not matter at all. But I am going to keep dawn. Dawn is morning, and we were sleeping until the morning every single time. And now I'm going to input the number of spawns we saw on each of the 13 steps we did. And so for the first step was 3, and I'm going to put arrows in between. It was 3, 2, 2, 3. Okay, here we go. I'm not going to say them out loud. And I have to put these arrows. That's important. 3, 3, 2, 2, 3. Wow, it's like 3, 3, 2, 2. Okay, so it goes 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 2. 3, 3, and then 3 2s and 3. Okay. So let's see if there was an unknown on this path. There was. There was one that requires 12 advances. I just want to check that you can see that. So you see that this path right here. What this means is there will be a shiny unknown if we replicate clearing this many unknown at each step of our journey. So the first two, though, you should ignore. That was the original two unknown that we caught and we sent to the trade bot, right? Like, we have already caught those. We can't replicate that step. It is two. It's already done. So for us, when we shut off this game and restart, we're going to first clear 3, then 1, then 2, then 2, then 3, then 1, and so forth. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy these numbers into my spreadsheet so I don't have to keep this application open. And in fact, now that we're done with the search, I can shut it down forever. But what I'm also going to check is the other path that we looked at in case that path is shorter and we don't have to do 12 rounds. Maybe we only have to do 10 rounds. So I am going to update the hex value, and I'm going to update these numbers, which were 333 223 3 3 3 2 2 3. 233 233 2 3 3 3. Okay. It's calculating. So it did find paths, but they were also 12 steps away. Still waiting. Come on. So I'm going to maybe pick which path is easiest to execute of the two. And the challenge here is, for example, if there are 3 unknown that spawn and I have to clear 3, that's quite easy because I can catch them, scare them, whatever. But let's say there are 2 unknown that spawn and it wants me to clear one of them. Not only do I have to clear that one, but I also have to make sure I don't scare the other one away. And that is where you can get messed up. So I don't recommend saving until you know for sure that you have completed. Here, I'm going to hit generate again. It seems like it got stuck. So I think I'm going to go with the path, the first one, because that one seemed pretty easy. And I'm going to record what that path is in the sheet. If I double click on one of these paths, it will show me each step of the journey, as well as the specific unknown that should be appearing So as I go through this, I can see if, like, quite quickly, where I may have diverged from the expectation, and I can just quickly kind of restart if needed. So this path is 3, 1, 2, 2, 3, 1, 0. We love 0. 2, 3, 1, 1, 2. And the first step, we shall see CIN. We will despawn all 3 of those, and then an unknown Q and an unknown H should appear. Then an unknown P will appear. Then an AXI will appear. Then O and D will appear. Then an alpha will appear alongside an unknown Q. Then an unknown H. And an I. An E and a U. An F. And then the final one will have X, J, and C, which is our shiny. Okay. So I'm going to keep this up in the corner of my screen. Meanwhile, I can close this. And we can get started again. So now I'm going to shut off. Remember, we have not saved. We are going to wind up back at the rainy day at base camp. And the first step that we are going to need to do is to clear 3 unknown. Yes, 3 unknown. So C, I, and N are going to go by. And the spot that we are choosing to prioritize is the further spot. So we do not need to pay attention to the other spot anymore. Okay. So again, we do not care about this spot at all. We care about these. And for this step, we are going to clear 1, 2, 3. So since we had to clear all 3, it didn't matter about me sneaking around. I didn't use any smoke bombs. I do not need to clear these ones at all. It doesn't matter what happens to these ones. We're not paying attention to those. We care about the ones that appear in this spot. So first step was clearing 3. We cleared them. We're going to go back to camp and we are going to rest until morning and change the weather. In the spreadsheet, which I won't show you, I like to mark each step that I completed. So view, actual size, and I am going to mark this step as complete by highlighting it. I can share this. I think I'm going to upload this. I'll edit this and upload this to YouTube and share all the links of You know, the Discord server you could join, the bot, the other guides, which are really helpful, and this worksheet, a blank version of it. Okay, so it was rainy. It is still rainy. We're going to have to sleep again. And when we return, there will be two unknown. It'll be unknown Q and unknown H, and we will be clearing one of them. So it is clear weather right now. And I'm going to start out using a smoke bomb. The thing is with skittish Pokemon, if you perform a back strike, the other Pokemon will become spooked no matter what. So the ways we minimize spooking is by, number one, using our stealth spray. Number two, using our smoke bombs. Making sure each Pokemon can't see each other because they are in a smoke bomb. You see, this is unknown Q, just as predicted, and that is unknown H, just as predicted. If I were to catch this unknown H while it's turned away from me, I would make the other one scared. And if I do make it scared, and I go away and I sleep at camp, it will count as being despawned, basically. Okay, so that was bad luck because it ran away. It didn't get caught the first time, right? Oh my god. Okay, it ran away. It's done. It's despawned. The other one isn't scared. I'm just going to show you. See, it's still sleeping. Since it's not scared, it is safe for me to go back to camp and change the weather and spawn in the new one. So we know that the Q1, which has not been despawned, will spawn when we come back with the weather changed. But it will spawn alongside a new one, which our program has predicted to be an unknown P. If it was spooked, let's say that Pokemon was spooked, you didn't mess up your hunt. You just have to wait there until it's no longer in the state of being spooked and being scared. Sometimes I sit there for like a minute or two just to be extra safe that it isn't still scared when I leave. I would say you're able to physically tell when they're scared because they're kind of like moving around frantically. So the weather has changed. It's now rainy. And again, when we come back, the Q will still be there, but now there'll also be an unknown P. And for this step, we're going to be clearing both of them. But again, in terms of the being spooked, sometimes you're able to tell because they move frantically. But I've had a couple times where the hunt did get messed up. You see, this is the P and this is the Q. Exactly as predicted. We know that we have performed everything correctly thus far. P and Q. So we've cleared them. We can go back and sleep. Now, if you are hunting for all 28 unknowns, I would be hunting this spot while I'm hunting this spot, right? I would be doing two hunts at the same time. And if I perform a backstrike on a Pokemon in this zone, it doesn't seem to spook the people in this, the unknown in this zone. So take that. Now, if one of them runs all the way over here and I do a backstrike next to a sleeping, yeah, that will spook them. But a backstrike seems just alert all of the unknown that are like generated from the same multi-spawn point, I've noticed. Okay, so we've completed step 3. We have 9 more steps to go. When we come back, what was that? Was that rain? And now it's clear. Okay, so There's going to be 3 unknown, A, X, and I, and we need to clear 2 of them and make sure that the final one stays there, again, without getting spooked or scared. And to be clear, we need to despawn them. That can be catching or just scaring them and clearing them. But we only want to scare 2 of them. It's harder to scare 2 of them. So I'm using these smoke bombs to make sure that these Pokemon can't see when their friends are being caught. This A, these are easy. Throwing out a berry sometimes helps. So you see that X right now is scared. I caught the 2 of them, but that X right now is scared. If I were to go back to camp, it will kind of count as being despawned and it will ruin the hunt. So I'm going to chill here and I'm going to feed it berries until it calms its ass down. And I'm going to record that the X will carry over to the next stage of our hunt in my spreadsheet. So I'm going to spend at least a minute here. I wish I had a more definite time to tell you. And another thing you have to make sure is to re-up your smoke bombs, because if they are scared and they see you, sometimes they'll just despawn and you will now have to, if you're on step 8 out of 9 of your hunt, you'll have to start completely over. A despawn counts as a despawn. A scare counts as a despawn. This unknown end seems to be hungry too. Oh my god, X, the berry is right there. Sometimes you can tell if they're really spooked as well because they won't even be inclined to eat the berries. The other thing that I've noticed is that unknown exclamation mark, for some reason, can't eat berries at all. It just kind of hops there. Okay, yeah, X, you need to get that berry. Okay, I'm going to move the N over here because the N is bothering me. Oh. I think the X has calmed down. Let's see how he moves around. Does he seem like... No. No, that X is still scared. You could tell he ran away and hid in the corner. He or she or they. Well, now they seem pretty calm actually. You see they're kind of hopping around like a... I'm going to move it over here and then see how it acts. Yeah, when they're hopping around like this, I think that they're pretty fine. Yeah, you see it's like doot 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 doot. Just make sure it doesn't run into the fog and see you. Sometimes they'll do that. Okay, so we finished that step. We're gonna go sleep. It is clear weather. It needs to change from clear. And the X will remain, and then an O and a D will appear, and we need to clear all 3 of them, which is easy. Okay, so now it is rainy. The weather has changed. When we go back, we should see O, D, and X. If we don't see the X, we need to completely start over. Start over from the 3rd stage of this hunt, which we are only on step 4. We will have to repeat those 4 steps. Okay, so the X is still there. It wasn't scared when we left. I see a D over there, and I see an O. So I need to clear these 3. It doesn't matter if I catch them or scare them. Ah. No. I like to keep the X's in Pokemon home to indicate Pokemon that have a locked shiny or something like that, or a locked form. And so it's good that I caught that one. Okay, so we cleared all 3. The steps where you just have to clear all of them are the easiest, or none of them. This one, we did step 5. Now we are going to sleep. When we go back, there will be an alpha and there will be a Q. And we only need to clear one. So this is actually a very difficult step. It is cloudy weather. Okay, so the problem is this. If we clear the Q, if we try to clear the alpha and it doesn't get caught, like it pops out of the ball, it will scream and it will scare off the other ones. Oh, it's an alpha X. Wow. If we backstrike it, which will maximize our chances of catching it, you know, it'll spook this Q. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to catch the Q and keep this alpha until we arrive at a step where we have to clear all of the unknown. I might go overboard with this stuff, to be honest. Oh, this one is asleep. Shit. No. Damn. Okay. This was the worst thing that could have happened. Kind of funny, though. Well, its cry didn't make its buddy disappear, thankfully. But that unknown Q, we have to calm that thing down. Although it doesn't seem to be too scared right now. Huh. Yeah, don't throw a bear. I was trying to bring it up. Okay, unknown N, you need to get that F away. Okay, we cleared the X. That was bad. Now we're gonna have to wait for this thing to calm down. Just recording. Okay. It defies logic, but that Q doesn't seem very scared, but there have been times where I'm like, oh, it doesn't seem scared, and it is scared, and then you have to redo the whole. Okay, so yeah, when you're in the fog, you got to be careful because they may oh, we went to sleep. Okay, if they're comfortable enough to go to sleep, I think that is good. So now we need to sleep ourselves and change the weather from cloudy, which shouldn't be too hard, too difficult. I think this is clear. Okay, so for this step, the Q should remain, an R should appear, and for this step, it says to clear 0. So we just need to spawn them in by going there and looking at them, and hope that that Q wasn't scared when we left. Please, Q. Okay, I see the Q and I see the R. So we are good. This step said to do nothing. We spawned them in. We confirmed that the right ones were there. Now we get to go back to camp and sleep. For this next step, we're going to clear 2 and an unknown H should appear. So it should be RQH, and we're going to clear 2 of them. The weather didn't change. Okay, weather didn't change. We are on step 8 out of 12, so we are close to being done with this hunt. And then we will have all of our shiny unknown. But the weather won't change. Oh my. The, the weather just will not change. Okay, it's cloudy now. So there should be HRQ, and we need to clear 2. HRQ, and we need to clear 2. Honestly, what I could do is lure these 2 over here because they're near that thing and bring that one further. Dang, okay, I shouldn't have done the back stroke. Okay, so we caught 2. The R doesn't seem bothered, even though its family members got attacked violently by me. So I'm just going to record that we did our 2 catches, and in the next step, the R will reappear. So, okay. I'm just going to make sure this thing is calm. Running out of smoke bombs. I would say that these hunts are very resource exhaustive. Yeah, this one seems pretty fine. Okay, we are going to sleep till a different weather. So for this next step, there should be the R from before, as well as 2 other new spawns, and we need to clear all 3 of them, which is easy. It'll be NIR. So we should see NI and R. Okay, NIR. Bye-bye. National Informatic Review. NIR. Just made that up. Okay, NIR, done. Complete. Step 9. So when we come back, there will be 2 spawns, and we need to clear 1. They will be E and U. Oh. Wait, it was rainy before. Am I crazy? Still rainy. Sunny. Clear weather. So EU clear 1. So the separating really helped us out. E and U, okay, that's good. Dang, I wish that they were still far apart. So the E should remain. The E isn't bothered because it is far away from the capture of its friend. So since it's calm, I'm gonna go back. Sleep. We are so close to the end. This is the last step before catching the shiny. There will be 2 total spawns. One is the E from before, the other one is an F, and we need to catch 1. Okay, it is rainy. FE, we got some iron. Wait. Did I mess something up? No, I didn't. I think I just missed 1 step. We have 2 steps left. So the F should appear. Here we got 2 more steps. Okay. Phew. Okay, yeah, we see the F, right? We only need to catch 1 of these, or despawn 1 of these. But they are close together. Okay, the F is going that way. I'm going to try and lure it further. Meanwhile, lure this E. Oh. Nope, that didn't help at all. Nope. Okay, the F got spooked. So we caught the E. The F will spawn in the next round, but we just need to make sure it's not scared. And then we will have the penultimate step. So in the next step, there should be an F and a Z, and we need to clear all of them. The weather's rainy. I think it's fine now. Okay. So we need to sleep. FZ. It is sunny. No, don't be an X. Wait. No, this should be an X. Okay, F and X. Okay, phew. X. F. Phew. Oh my god, I got scared. 1, 2. We did that. Now we gotta sleep until another weather. And the next 3 should be Z, J, and the shiny unknown C, which will complete our shiny unknown collection, of which this has been an intense multi-year hunt. Wait, was this the weather? I'm too nervous. Too nervous. Can't wait to hear that shiny sound. Oh, yeah. Save. Now we can save because we know it's there and it's the one we want. Everything is correct. And now we have our cute little moment with this shiny. Look at how cute it is. Wow. And how perfect it was shiny unknown C. And, shiny unknown C was the sprite I used for this graphic in the end. It was like it was meant to be. Okay. We did it. Let's go look at it. Let's go look at all the unknown we caught. So, again, we used a lot of Pokeballs. We used a lot of smoke bombs. I mean, let me see if I can even make... Ooh, I'm going to have to buy... Maybe I could buy them from him. I don't think I need to do anything in this game again. No. yeah. I mean, we have 100% the Pokedex. There really is. This is something from another hunt, or duplicate. So I'm going to delete all the ones I don't need. I'm going to keep the X's for use in Pokemon Home. I mean, I may come back to this game just to get more unknown X's. All right, here, let me just keep this nice and tidy while we leave it for a long time. Is there anything I can sell for money? Can't believe I could sell all these, right? Honestly, this game is the easiest to evolve. If like you need to evolve a Pokemon for something, it's easiest to get the resources. It's nice to have some. Do I have no? Oh, okay. Saved the millionth time. Let's go back to Juba Life. Yeah, we'll get some money from this. 12,000 whatevers. Also, maybe there's a metal coat I could buy from this guy. I'm acting like I have unlimited money. Okay, save. And now let's open Pokemon Home. And add our final unknown to the collection. So it is nice that I can finally close this program that I have had open for weeks now. Computer will be happier. Frees up some bandwidth, I hope. Okay. Well, hey, if you were here, you were here. You got to see the moment happen. I appreciate everyone that was watching. If I stream a lot of Neopets, but I also do a lot of Pokemon. So if you like that, you should like and subscribe. I am posting here. I'm also posting on YouTube. I think I'm going to try and turn parts of this into a video guide. So if you are interested in completing your unknown living dex, you can do so as well. I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll care about the fact that these are from Pokemon Go in the future, and I'll return to PLA to do this. But it is, look at all that blue. It's like a bruise, blue and black. And it's nice to have the only gaps in my decks until then. You know, most of these pages are filled out. It's pretty cool. Okay, let's distribute these unknown X's. So let's see which Pokemon are shiny locked. Nope, 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 nope. Ooh, no. No, no. Nope, nope. Oh. Keldeo is now not shiny locked, but one of the Keldeos, you can only get one, so there. Oh yeah, this butterfly you can't get, right? Turtonator. Oh, is Shiny Cosmog locked? I think so. But somehow Solgaleo. Let's see. Yeah, Cosmog and Cosmoem are locked. Okay. Hey, we may have a day where we collect a bunch of shiny unknown X's when this is done to have a better sense of what isn't missing. But I think that's it for today. If you tuned in, thank you so much. Again, if you would like to like, comment, subscribe, you can totally unlike it if you like. I don't mind. I would appreciate it. And later today, I'm going to do some Neopets art. So if you like, I think I'm going to do a clay project. So if you are excited for Cougar Day, you should tune in then. But until then,